I've spent all day testing the brand new Cobra DS Adapt range of drivers and fairway woods. And I think it's fair to say I've left the best till last, because this could well be the unsung hero and could well be Cobra's most important club of 2025. Guys, we are of course talking about the brand new Cobra DS Adapt hybrids. Now, this could be one of the most forgiving golf clubs in your bag or my bag for next year. It's jam-packed full of loads of different technologies to make the golf ball easier to launch, maybe go a little bit further, and of course go more towards your target in 2025. So I'm going to kick things off with the looks of this hybrid, because I think looks of a hybrid are pretty vital, to be honest. It looks really, really good. It has, for me, that nice kind of box-like shape, whilst also featuring plenty of mass behind the ball to give you that air of forgiveness and create the rescue club element of it. So one of the big important factors for me when choosing a hybrid is, first of all, how forgiving is it? And the next thing is, how versatile is it? You'll see that I've hit a nice draw down the middle of this fairway, a nice flighted shot, and this club has 19 degrees of loft. Now, that's not to say it can only have 19 degrees of loft, because it of course features the brand new FF33 adjustment sleeve. So that means we can have 33 different loft and lie angle adjustments. That might be a lot to take in, because it is, but it does mean that you can get the proper club that you want, you can get the exact ball flight that you want, and you can start to play the best golf shots that you want in 2025. And the versatility factor, I think, is pretty good. I've hit a nice big high shot to kick off with, then I've hit a nice little fade down the middle as well, and I'm not really tweaking it at all at the moment. I'm just stood here hitting it off the tee. And the reason why I've titled this video like I have, I'm going to get straight into the bones of it, is because lie angle and loft is vitally important when it comes to your fairway woods and your hybrids. Yes, it's important with driver, because obviously we want to hit more fairways, we want to hit the ball further, but I think with a rescue club, you need to be able to know how the ball is going to move. You need to be able to know where it's going to go, and the rescue club is often the club that you go to when driver isn't really working that well. So if you can make this a bit of a beast off the tee, then generally it could save you loads of shots in 2025. And a good fitting might just do that for you. So the DS Adapt hybrid does come right the way down to 6 hybrids. You can have 3, 4, 5 and 6. Obviously the 6 hybrid is designed more to be that kind of, well, kind of 5-iron replacement-ish. For me, I do like a kind of 19 degree or even slightly stronger, because I like to hit a hybrid quite a long way off the tee if it's what I'm going to do. And essentially, being able to hit really good, solid hybrid shots just like that one, that's the best shot of it so far. It's straight down the middle at the post that it's straight down the middle of the fairway at that post that we have been aiming for. And one of the big factors that I think is really important about this hybrid is how it sounds and feels, because I like to have good sounding and feeling golf clubs. For me, this sounds quite nice. It's a little bit more kind of tinny than the fairway woods. The drivers sound phenomenal, to be honest, but that's because there's a heavy carbon footprint. No, that's the wrong terminology, James. There's a lot of carbon in the drivers. There's not as much carbon, if at all, here, because you don't really need it in a hybrid. I must say, it's starting to kind of, I'm sure it'll clean, but like, it's brand new out of the wrapper, this. I know it's winter, but that's really annoying. Like, I don't know if it's the design of the hosels. I've never really had issues with mudding adjustments before. It's the same in the fairway woods, and it's quite annoying, but nothing's perfect. So just like in the drivers and the fairway woods, not only does it feature that FF33 adjustable hosel, it still features a bunch of technology. So we have the adapting weight technology with an updated power bridge that features a low forward weighting, balancing with the back adjustable weight for higher MOI and more playability. It also features that updated power bridge that allows much more flex, and the HOT face for improved launch distance and ball speed. That features a larger parameter and it's much thinner, so it improves face flex and gives much more robust launch conditions. There's a lot of stuff that I don't know what it means there, but yeah, sounds good. Now, one of the factors for me which I really enjoyed in the past with Cobra hybrids, I've never really had one in the bag as such, but I do quite like them when I test them. I really enjoyed the one length version a couple of years ago with the speed zone. I thought that was fantastic. I thought for mid-handicap, high-handicap golfers, it was a bit of a breath of fresh air, but also really easy to get on with. I don't know why we don't have that anymore. It almost makes me wonder if the whole one length thing was a bit of a fad. But I also think that generally that FF33 technology can be revolutionary. It can be fantastic. But if you get one of these yourself, you don't get fitted for it, and you go and try and work it out yourself, Lord help you, because it looks really, 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 really confusing. But I'm sure that in the right hands of a capable fitter, it could be really, really, really beneficial. So there's that to go at. So when it comes to the DS Adapt numbers, what is the hybrid performing like for us? Because we know that it feels nice out on the golf course. We know that it looks very nice and traditional as a hybrid could. But realistically, we want to know, is this going to be a good performing hybrid? Are we going to get the ball speed we want? Is it going to carry over 200 yards quite easily? And for the first shot in here, I'll say, to be honest, that's done pretty well. 220 yards total. Let's see. Same again. Oh, that felt really strong. I've pulled that a little bit. That could carry 220. 220.1 to be precise. So the big thing here is, yes, you want the element forgiveness, but you also want the versatility to be able to play it up and play it down. So that back weighting does help with the forgiveness element, but not necessarily the versatility. I've duffed that one. I've duffed that, but we'll keep it in because we'll keep them all in. No hybrid is going to help you with that shot, unfortunately. I did think this was going kind of overly well. Come on. That felt good. That felt like the kind of perfect shot, really. I've not pulled it. It's got decent speed to it. It's spinning nicely at 3,500, and it's 230 yards total. So the one thing I'll say is it does feel quite tingy from the face. If that's a kind of operative word to use, it feels a little bit almost cheap, I'd say. It's a shame because the rest of them, that's miles, miles left. The rest of them don't. The rest of them feel really, really premium. That's a 224, that's just a flat pull. Again, there's not much that a hybrid can do for you with that. That's just me making sure I need to sort that club path out. I think ease of use wise, it's definitely up there. Like I can hit a really nice high easy one, like we've seen, pitching 215, running out to 230 almost. Plenty of spin, so you're going to get that landing angle that you want as well. I think it could be one of the better forgiving clubs if you can forgive the sound. Oh, but I'll tell you what, maybe you just have to strike it better. Look at that go. 240 yards. That versatility I mentioned earlier on, that's spinning at like driver levels, 2.7, and all I've done is try to flight it down a bit. I'm quite impressed by that as hybrids go. Very good. And while we're talking about technology that's disappeared, what about the baffler rails? Because Cobra were, in my opinion, world-renowned for that kind of baffler technology, so much so that even in the fairway woods and the hybrids, it was kind of like a mainstay, wasn't it? Now, looking at this new DS Adapt, yes, it does feature a load of technology. It's the most adjustable hybrid in the world. But where's your baffler rails gone? Like, say if I'm, for example, here, and we play all those balls as they lie, this, I mean, it might work, but where on earth have those baffler rails disappeared to? Now you can see on the sole of this club, we have that prominent 8 gram weight. You can change that out in a fitting to give you different kind of spin rates and things like that, but it does kind of feature a little bit of a, I almost call it like a V-Steel Tech or an inertia generator, or TaylorMade do pretty well with that, don't they? You can see it does feature some kind of shaping to help you out the rough. So let's have a go here. We're quite a long way out, but I'm going to hit these three as they lie, and we'll see just really how it could maybe help us. That was a good one out of that lie, really. It came out quite low, and it's up front right of the green. Oh, and all the pheasants have moved there. You can see it does feature a really nice looking deep face, so you are still going to generate some ball speed, even if you catch it low or high on the face, depending how the ball's lying. This one's sat a little bit better, I would hope. There's a bit of grass behind it, but if the other one got front edge, I would hope. That looks good. Stay on line. Oh, is that going to be bunker? That's just got over the front right bunker, so a very similar location. And again, from this distance, from like 220, 230 yards, I'm quite happy with that. I'm not expecting to pipe it down the flag every time, because even the best players in the world don't do that, well, very often. We get to see the player who's playing the best that week on Sky, and yeah, you can imagine how that goes. Right, this one is sat down a bit, so I'm going to, first I'm going to move that. Do you remember these? Does that? Yeah. Little helicopter thing. Let's try and hit a bit straighter and just see. That looks really good. If that's up on the green, go on, which it is, it doesn't feel as easy as it used to with the rails. That's what I'm going to say. But maybe we've subtracted the rails and added just a little bit more to make it easier for you. And of course, more adjustable. But out of the rough from that location, to be honest, I'm happy with all three of those. I think that's a pretty good attempt, guys. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you do hit that subscribe button below. What clubs are you looking forward to the most in 2025? I think the Cobra DS Adapt range could be a very interesting one for you to try in the new year.